A special needs trust was a type of irrevocable trust approved by Congress so that someone who's receiving public benefits doesn't lose their benefits by inheriting money in a trust. So for example, if you're receiving SSI, you have a resource limit of $2,000. So obviously the money in the trust would cause you to have more than $2,000 unless it's a special needs trust that has special provisions where the money is only used on things that won't affect your SSI. So it's a very specific type of planning that allows someone to keep their public benefits. Right, you could lose your SSI benefit completely. Resource limits for Medi-Cal in California, which is the version of Medicaid, have gone way up because we're a very generous state in that regard, but there still is a limit. I think it's now $140,000, but it could cause you to lose your Medi-Cal benefits, which are also very, very important. So these are strategies to help with maintaining public benefits. There's also housing benefits that may be impacted, such as Section 8 or other types of subsidized housing that you would want to have for your child. So you want to keep that money in a specific type of trust to avoid losing public benefits. The estate planning process is very similar for a family, whether there's a special needs trust or not a special needs trust. The only wrinkle, I guess, is some families, there are other generational family members who may want to leave money to that disabled child. And so for some families, we want to create what we call a standalone third-party special needs trust, in addition to creating a revocable living trust for the parents. And that way, grandparents can have their estate planning documents point to this standalone trust so it can get funded by grandparent money rather than having the grandparents accidentally leave money directly to the child and then cause them again to lose public benefits. So there is a cost to do a separate trust, and it is an additional fee that we charge a flat fee for when we're preparing a revocable trust package for the parents. Yes, there is a flat fee for that, creating that standalone trust, just as there's a flat fee for the estate plan. So the important thing, other questions that we have for our clients, is finding the right person to be in charge of that special needs trust. Typically, unless grandparents are funding the trust isn't going to get funded until the parents are both deceased. So somebody else has to be around to manage that trust for their child. It could be a sibling, it could be a professional fiduciary, and those are the types of conversations we want to have with our clients, because being a trustee isn't a simple job, especially for a special needs trust. There are a lot of different rules that apply. And so the question is it worth it to have a professional fiduciary manage the special needs trust and then have that sibling maintain just a sibling relationship where they look after their sibling, but they don't have to also have the responsibilities of the trust?